Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rich Barrington for RB Outdoors Northwest, and we are back in Arizona from Eastern Washington. We are on Alamo Lake in Arizona. I did a review on my Flycraft this time last year, and it was very successful. I gave my true, honest opinion about it. It is not the perfect boat, but I got to tell you, it's perfect for me and the way we live. But this review is all about the Honda 2.3 horsepower that I'm going to put on the boat and just do my first impression. I've ran it for maybe 15 to 20 minutes already. I'm just going to give my first impression, kind of pros and cons. And if I can get a GPS signal, I'm going to do a speed test and show you how fast it can go with one person in it. And just kind of my first impression. There's not a lot of videos on the Honda and the Flycraft, so I thought I would do one just for curiosity. If anyone's thinking of getting a Honda or a Yamaha or even some of the cheaper brands, just to see how well it works, how quiet it is, how easy it starts, maneuverability, and stuff like that. So let's get this boat on the water and get that motor fired up, and let's do a speed test. And I'll go through a couple pros and cons right off the bat that I found out that I like and also dislike about the motor. First modification is I bought an extender tiller handle. I've got 4 or 5 different extensions. This one seems to be working pretty good. I got this off of Amazon. It was about 25 bucks. And it actually runs pretty good for the short time I have used it. Now, the gas tank is full of gas. You just have to make sure when it's in the tilted up position that you have to have the air vent in the off position. If it is on, it will leak. So that's something you got to keep in mind when you're coming into shore or storing this, or just having it on the Flycraft like I have here, getting ready to go fishing. Make sure that you shut the vent onto off or it will leak gas. On just a quick side note, I saw on the Flycraft Facebook page someone had an awesome suggestion about drilling a little pinhole at the bottom of your seat for drainage for water. And I got to tell you, it works pretty dang good. We had some good rain here the other day, and I just turned the seat, and all what water was in here drained out of this little hole. I don't know who that was, but that was an awesome idea. I'm going to row us out, get a little way from this shallow water here. Okay, the first thing I noticed when I first fired this thing up, you got to make sure that baby is locked in all the way. I did put a lock on it, and I also put a cable in case this motor were to fall off somehow, come unscrewed, that it will not sink to the bottom of the lake. So I think that's another thing, because these things are about 1,100 bucks. So unless I'm missing something, the only way to actually kill the motor is only by pulling the emergency stop. Most tiller that I've ever owned, you could kill the motor right here at the end of the tiller handle. But on this particular motor, unless I'm missing something, this is the only way you can physically kill the motor. So to me, that's kind of a con, because you got to put this back and pull it every time. But I mean, it's not that big a deal. Let's fire this baby up. First pull. So right now I am in pretty much neutral. The prop is not moving, but the engine is still running. It is pretty quiet. So let's give her about quarter throttle and check the noise level here. Not too bad. Go about half throttle. We're going to give her full throttle. This is just going to be more or less of a noise test. And then if I can get a GPS signal, I will do a speed test. So let's see what full throttle sounds like. Well, as you can see, it makes quite a wake, so that's good. It's the first time I've ever had a wake on the Flycraft. I do own a 55-pound thrust Minn Kota. Even on full bore, you don't really get much of a wake. But so yeah, you can scoot along. So let's bring up my app here. And I will just, hopefully this will show up. I'm going to start off with about quarter throttle. That's just a hair more than quarter throttle. Let's go about half. Now we'll open it up. So it looks about 5.5 miles an hour is top speed. And I'm all by myself with no gear in. Now, one thing I'm going to show you is that with one person in here, the front of the boat does want to come up quite a bit. And I'll show you that right here. So as you can see, front of the boat does come up quite a bit. I think that's just the design of the boat. I did put about a 20-gallon water jug up front and tied it to the very front of the boat, and that did help. I did take my wife out, and we actually got up to just about a little over 6 miles an hour because I think we were planing a lot more than dragging with just me in it. So that's something to keep in mind if you fish a lot alone and you crank this thing wide open. This thing is going to tip up quite a bit. But it still seems pretty in control. So let's check out some just some nice trolling speed. There we go, there's about 1.3 miles an hour, 1.1. Again, the GPS is a little slow where I'm at, so it has to catch up a little bit. But it gives you kind of some idea how loud. And I'm not talking overly loud, so the engine's actually pretty quiet. So one of the main reasons I got this engine is because we are in Arizona right now, but pretty soon we are going to be in Baja, Mexico. And I need something that I can put in the salt water, and I did not want to use my freshwater Minn Kota. So I went with the Honda. And again, I'm glad that I got a little bit of a chance to try it out here in Lake Alamo before I actually hit the saltwater. But I'm planning on doing a lot of videos fishing in the Sea of Cortez. It's always been a dream of mine to go down there for years. And I actually got another buddy that he's bringing his Flycraft also with his Honda. So hopefully we will have some fantastic action, maybe tuna, grouper, snapper, dorado, whatever else we can find in those waters. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm hoping to also, when we get to the Baja, is see how long it can run you know, on a tank of gas just at kind of trolling speeds, and kind of get an idea of, you know, how long you can be out on the water. I am going to get myself a little maybe aluminum gas-proof container that I can keep in here, and just in case, because obviously you don't want to run out of gas. But you know, for my first impression, I'm pretty happy. Again, you guys got to remember, there is no perfect boat setup, raft setup, or motor. There's going to be pros and cons to everything. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. I do like the ability, if the wind picked up, that I can go against the wind, where the electric motor sometimes, you know, with strong wind, it would struggle. Well, I think I'm going to end this video right here. It's going to be a short one, obviously, but this is my first impression on the Honda 2.3 on the Flycraft. Pretty impressed so far, but please stay tuned, because there is going to be a ton of more action on the Sea of Cortez, and hopefully I can give some more feedback in the saltwater and how this thing performs. So this is Rich Barrington signing out for RB Outdoors Northwest. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe, because guys, I got a good feeling in the Baja. Big fish on the Flycraft. We'll see you then.